We're here at Clayfield Copse, and we are dealing with the issue of ash dieback that is present here in the area. And unfortunately, this is going to mean us dealing with having to fell or partially fell trees in this area. One of the questions you may have is why we're having to fell these trees. And we've got Dan Johnson here, who is our senior arboricultural officer. And Dan, could you maybe explain to us in terms of safety, other issues that we have to look at in this process?
With ash dieback, it affects the tree in a way that it turns the wood brittle, which means it can't sway in the wind as well as it should do. It also inevitably kills the tree. With the brittle branches, we've got risk of failure of branches falling, the trees falling on paths, trees falling on roads, and we have to mitigate that by felling some of the trees.
So I think people are naturally going to wonder, is there anything we can do other than just felling the trees? Are there any other treatments or options for this?
Unfortunately not. Once ash dieback's in the tree, the tree is inevitable. It will die eventually. There is no known treatments. If we find a resilient tree, we will leave that. And hopefully if it becomes resilient enough and survives, we found a resilient strain. But until then, no, there isn't anything we can do. We need to consider the wildlife in the area. We know in this area we've got lots and lots of bats, and bats live in trees. So we're going to get ecologists in to inspect the trees, and if there are bat roosts found, we will leave where we can, and it's safe to do so, leave this tree standing as a dead stem, so the bats can still have their habitat, and all the bugs and other wildlife can use the tree as they naturally would have done.
We've got absolutely no choice here. We're going to be felling trees. Can you talk to me a little bit about regeneration, what that kind of situation is going to look like?
Yeah, obviously with this sort of area here, it's going to be a big impact on how much canopy coverage is going to be lost from the ash trees that we're felling. So on areas like this, there is a replanting program in place to get a regeneration going of not ash trees. We picked out other native species like oaks and hazels and birches and beeches